What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here and for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. And this is a little bit of, a little bit of a rant, but I just got the opportunity to watch Married to Medicine. Good episode. I'm looking forward to the season. I think it's going to be really entertaining. It's going to be really entertaining. Dr. Heavenly, you already know, no filter. Sometimes when she needs it, sometimes when she doesn't, she has no filter. And I'm okay with that because it's good entertainment. But listen, guys, I just wanted to talk about this. We've talked about this a little bit before because when Latisha, Sweet Tea, did a little tour of her home for Bravo, a lot of people had comments about it and thoughts about it, basically saying, look, haven't we seen this house before? This is not a flex. There's no way that I would move into the house that my husband's ex-wife used to live in and all of this other stuff like this. Some people might just be sitting on money, and that's great. Do something amazing with your money. Don't be selfish with it. Don't hoard it. Don't be greedy. Help other people out. Help put some socks on people who are homeless. Help, with the homeless shelters, like help build houses. Damn. I mean, because the way some people were speaking about this house and the fact that some people really felt like it was a slap in the new wife's face for Dr. Gregory to not have sold his home and bought a new home for his new wife to live in. Now, I don't know the backstory and the history behind the house, but a few people commented and said that this is actually a home that he owned before he met Quad. So even though Quad was his first wife and he didn't have a wife before that, who's to say he didn't have a girlfriend that lived in that house before Quad moved in it? It is a house. And quite frankly, it is a very, very amazing home. Let's just be honest. Now, Quad might be single and living in this monstrosity of a mansion that I'm not saying there's anything wrong with if that's what you can afford and you want to have 10,000 square feet or 7,000 square feet or whatever for you alone. Or maybe it's you and your mom to live in, that you can't do that or it's too much. Some people may feel like it is too much, but is it necessary? And they may say her home is more amazing and more beautiful than the new wife's home that is actually Quad's leftovers. But it is a house. It's not Quad's panties. And house expenditures are extremely expensive. It is amazing if you are able to buy a home and build equity. And like some people like to say all the time, build generational wealth. I'm actually in agreement with that because real estate, you often hear it said like this: real estate, real estate, real estate. You hear it said so quickly, real estate. But real estate is a real estate. And so people need to stop thinking about housing and buying homes like it's clothing. Housing is extremely expensive. They're making housing costs more out of reach for the everyday people that have been working hard to build up their credit scores, to build up their savings for a down payment and all of these different things. They're making it more difficult to buy homes. I don't know where you all reside, but I can say where I live. I'm going to say first and foremost, I'm grateful to be a homeowner. My husband and I, we bought our first home in 2009. And honestly, I felt like that was 10 years too late because I felt like when we were newlyweds, we should have bought a home. But he wanted to rent and we rented for 10 years. And I just got to the point, I was like, this is over. Rent just always goes up. I'm ready. Let's do this. And I just did everything myself. I'm not saying I did everything myself. He paid for it, but I went searching. I found the home, had the home built, all of those different things like that. And we, went to closing. I pretty much did everything. The only thing he showed up for was closing and then moving. Okay. But, all the paperwork, his finances, all that stuff, I did all of that. And it was both of us. It wasn't just him buying the house. It was both of us because, we worked together. But anyway, I'm just basically saying that they don't make it easy for you to buy homes. I don't know if people really know that or understand that, but they really don't make it easy for you to buy a home. They really want people to rent versus being owners. So that's just a little bit of a rant that I wanted to talk about when I said, I have a little bit of a rant, because listen, if you are able to buy a home and you are getting behind or you're struggling a little bit, make sure the one thing you pay is your mortgage, okay? Don't allow these people to try to take your home, because if they get the opportunity to take your home, trust and believe they're going to do it, and they're going to make way more money off of it than you paid for it. And I just don't think it's fair, because I'm grateful that I felt led and I prayed about it. And I just said, okay, God, I feel like now's the time. And he said, daughter, go do it. And I did. And the home that we are in, it is just like, I am grateful that they're saying that the home is worth what it's worth. But even in my personal opinion, I don't agree with that, because I really feel like it's a ripoff. Why should a home that we bought 14 years ago, if someone tried to buy the same type of home now, be like double what we paid years ago? Now, for me as a seller, or me having equity in my home, I'm not complaining about that. I think that's an amazing thing. But I do feel that it's unfair for those who have not been able to get into the market of purchasing yet, that they're paying so much more for the same houses, literally, that were built 10, 14, 15, 20 years ago. And I'm not saying that I'm complaining, but I'm saying I don't understand it. But I know where I am when I drive and I look around, apartments and townhouses are going up like crazy. And you know why? Because they anticipate that more people are going to be living in apartments than living in homes. And they don't want people to be homeowners. They want people to be forever renters. I feel that it is all a system that is set up by design to keep people out of being to buy homes, because when you are a homeowner, when you are able to purchase a home, you have real estate. You have an asset. When you are renting a house or renting an apartment, you don't own it. And I've seen some people that rent places, like are renting a house, and the people who own the home, they don't really want to do anything to it. I've spoken to clients that have been renters from this company called American Homes for Rent. And the company, once they get the people to sign that contract, to pay that deposit, they don't really want to fix anything on the homes. And they're quick to want to evict you, because the next person that they get in there, the rent is going to be even higher than what the previous person paid. It's crazy. But I'm saying all of this to say, the people that are like, it couldn't be me. I couldn't be moving up in nobody else's house that the ex-wife used to live there. It is a house, okay? And housing is not cheap. Dr. G may be a doctor, but I don't believe that he is Elon Musk, okay? So they're realistic. And that's one of the things that I feel like I like about the people of Married to Medicine. It's like realistic. I'm happy for Dr. Jackie and the fact that her practice has grown and she's got like her own building and all of those different things like that. And she's doing amazing in business. So she's able to live a bit more of an extravagant lifestyle than she did when she initially came on the show. But I'm saying for the most part, they all seem to be living a decent lifestyle for people who are in the medical field. And Dr. G, he seems to be living a very, very nice life. The home is beautiful. It's not like they're living in a trap house or somewhere in the hood or whatever. You know what I mean? It's an amazing home. And I don't think that she should feel bad about living in this house. Now, definitely, they were throwing shade at her when Dr. Heavenly said, Quad, she had interior designers. Letitia, she seems to be more of a Target type of girl. What's wrong with that? I'm saying, the bouginess and the entitlement of it all. This is the type of pressure that a lot of people feel when they live down in those areas where they feel like they have to compete and compare. And, well, this person is living like this, so I got to try to live like that too. I feel like that's one of the things that got to Toya. Now, you have to have a little bit of the superficiality already within you to drive you to do that. But that type of pressure can be a lot for a lot of people who are not used to living like that, but because they are constantly around these people where they're judging the type of furniture you have, the type of flooring that you have, your lighting, your chandeliers. I mean, we saw that on The Real Housewives of Atlanta when Kenya was building her home and Sheree was coming over and she was judging, oh, the floorboards aren't even done and this room isn't even finished painting and look at that light fixture, look at the door. It's just bull crap. I can never be around people like this because you would drive yourself into debt trying to be around these people and not hear the digs and the throwing shade and that type of stuff that comes out of these superficial chicks' mouths. I just never could be friends with people like that, especially the fact that she has moved into this man's home. It is a home. It is a beautiful home. The home may even be paid for all we know, and has so much freaking equity in it. And who knows if he doesn't own other properties that he's renting out. I mean, come on, y'all. Let's just be serious about this. The home is not a pair of underwear that Quad used to wear. It was not her home. She didn't own it. And some people were saying, well, I hope that they change the mattress out. Don't forget that Quad stole the Sleep Number mattress. So honestly, Quad didn't own anything in that house. She had her stuff moved out and she decided to take the mattress.
Went on a little couples trip, Antigua. We was all kind of feeling bad for a second, but we were like, shit, Greg ain't here. So I'm glad we were able to get you out, have a good time. Here's when it went slightly left, and then it went even more left. So it actually had to do with you, kind of.
Oh, to me? Right now, I'm thinking about the fact that you done took all the shit out the house. First of all, that morning, I got up. I get ready for work, and I leave. And so I come home. I came home to a house that had been vacated.
Oh, shit.
And so where I really get hurt is when I got upstairs to the master bedroom, and my goddamn sleep number was missing. I was upside down behind that shit. I'm like, wait, you know what I'm saying? The sleep number was gone. Your side of it? And I had no place to sleep.
Tell the bed he's been in. That's spiteful and cold.
Because it was one of those reclinable ones.
And get your right number. You can get your number back.
Watch the game, right? But that's gone. That's gone.
I don't think any marriage deserves that. I would just shake my head and say, baby, why you take the bed? Why you take the bed?
Did y'all sit down and say, hey, this not working out, let's get divorced? Or how did she...
Well, the day she moved out, she sent me a text message and said there was a document in the mailbox.
Oh, see, that's... I mean, I'm sorry, but that's kind of a certain amount of respect that you owe somebody that you say you love. You know what I mean?
So you heard it. She took the Sleep Number mattress, okay? So people don't have to be worried about if she's sleeping on the same mattress that Quad was sleeping on. Because honestly, even with that being said, Quad was probably sleeping in a separate bedroom anyway. Let's just be real, because she wasn't really feeling that man like that. So I don't have a problem with him moving the new wife into the home. And he probably asked her how she felt about it. I don't think she minds at all. Now, we heard Dr. Heavenly throw the shade and saying Quad was a gold digger and Letitia was digging for copper, so she ain't like that. Okay. So I don't think she minds, but people have to be realistic. The people that are making the comments about I couldn't move into another woman's house that was sleeping there and living there before I moved there. It is a house, okay? Have someone come in and do like Phaedra did when Apollo was going off to prison. I don't know if you all remember when Phaedra had the pastor come over and he was going through the house with whatever he had in his hand and he was casting out all the demons and spirits. She was preparing her house for that husband to be away in prison and not having any more criminal spirits coming back up in there, okay? So get your house blessed, get your house redone, do the things that you need to do, but it is a home. It is not a pair of quads panties, okay? So I don't have a problem with her living in the home. The home is beautiful. And I think some people are just really being unrealistic when it comes to finances and just, buying a home. People just make it sound like it is so easy. And honestly, they do not make it easy, even if you are a doctor. So let's just get real about that, guys. And I just wanted to share my thoughts on that, share a little bit of a rant when it comes to the housing and the real estate market. And I would love to know what you guys think about it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here, liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.